Hey guys, so my name is Michelle and this is my first YouTube video. So it took me 4 videos to figure out how to record this. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to use the front camera. Everybody says don't use the front camera. I'm going to use the front camera because such is life. But today I wanted to talk about entrepreneurship and mental health and the importance of figuring out how to manage your mental health or how to take care of your mental health when you're starting your entrepreneurship journey. This is something people don't talk about. This is something that people graze over, people don't focus on. A lot of times when you read books or listen to podcasts about people's entrepreneurship journey, everybody only talks about, yeah, it took me 10 years to get to where I'm at. It took me, I went through a dark phase and and they will graze over the word depressed and all these different things, but nobody talks about how they went through those phases. They only talk about the outcome, not how they went through those phases. Today, I want to talk about how they went through those phases, right? Because one thing I noticed is a lot of people are starting their entrepreneurship journey. A lot of people are starting, they want to be business owners. They want to start a brand, but then the resources are not out there to help you navigate how to manage your mental health during those times, because it gets hard. It gets hard when you plan out, let's say you plan out your launch for, you plan out your strategy, you plan out your content, you plan everything, but it doesn't get the reception that you expected. When you pour your savings account into your business, when you pour your time and your effort, you sacrifice your family time, you sacrifice all these different things, and it does not become lucrative from the beginning. You start to question if this is what you want to do. You start to question if you want to continue to focus on this, right? And then in that time, sometimes it takes a toll on your mental health. Sometimes you get very isolated, very depressed, you get anxious, or you can't sleep. You start having panic attacks. Nobody talks about how to manage those times. Everybody just preaches self-care, self-love over. And it's a word that we use so much now, but nobody talks about why it's important to focus on those things. So that's what I'm talking about today. I opened 2 businesses. I had 2 businesses. And my first business is based in Liberia, West Africa. And my second business is smlux.co. And it's a travel brand. It's a luxury black travel brand here in the U.S. E-commerce brand. I launched smlux in the middle of a pandemic. So you can imagine. And I did not experience a lot of mental health issues with my first brand, K-Beauty. It was until I launched smlux and I realized that I need help because something is happening to me that I've never experienced before. Something is happening to me that I don't have control over. So then I started to seek resources. How do I stop feel like these feelings? How do I get out of this depressive stage? There were no resources. There were no especially on YouTube. The conversation about mental health for Black women on YouTube you couldn't find it. It was either a TED Talk, right? And those are the big high scale production conversations, or maybe 5 or 6 accounts. But you could not find that many resources that people talked about their experience, how they got over it, and how they managed it daily. So I was like, you know what? I've been going to therapy since 2019. So I lean into, sorry, I'm recording on my phone. So I lean into my therapist and I started to seek resources on how to manage my depression, my anxiety, my panic attacks, because I have been experiencing panic attacks for such a long time, not knowing it was panic attacks until a name was actually put to that action of what was happening to me. then I learned, so therapy was the first thing. If you are somebody that's experiencing similar things, if you're stressed out, if you find yourself, you cannot sleep, if you are anxious all the time, if you're starting to isolate yourself, if you're having anxiety or panic attacks, if you are just so into your head so much that you don't recognize yourself, and you find yourself some days thinking, I need to, I don't know what my joy lies, right? This is for you. So these are the steps that I took. The first thing was I continue to lean into therapy. Therapy is one of those things where this person is not judging you. They don't know you from anywhere. They're actually your advocate. So all they want they just want you to do better, and they will help you manage whatever big emotions or big feelings that you have. They will help you navigate how to go through those feelings and emotions, right? And then the next thing too was I learned that because I'm a business owner, entrepreneur, and I don't that's my 9 to 5. I didn't have my own schedule. I wasn't organizing my time like I needed to organize my time. So I created a schedule for myself. I organized my day in a way that prioritized the things that I needed to do. And that also included waking up in the morning and just having me time. Waking up in the morning and drinking my coffee, reading my book, not answering emails for the first hour or two. That also meant that I gave myself a designated area to do my work. So then mentally, when I'm in that area, I was working. And I wasn't doing my work in the living room, in my bedroom, and things like that, because those are my areas I wanted to relax in. And then just prioritizing my tasks for work for that day, making sure that I allow myself some grace. I gave myself some grace when I did not need to focus on certain things. I can just do it the next day. The business is not going to crumble if I don't create this content calendar today. My business is not going to crumble if I don't address certain things today. One, as long as my orders are out when they needed to be out. And then sometimes when your orders become a lot, schedule your days that you're shipping out. We're not Amazon. I'm sorry. If you use UPS for shipping, a lot of times UPS can schedule to pick up your packages. Or you can schedule to ship out every Wednesday, every Saturday. Or give yourself the time where you have less things to do, that you can just fulfill your orders and have a day that you ship it out. I also had to schedule a time in there to eat. It sounds funny, but it's true, because we work so much and we work for ourselves. And there's a lot of videos out there. There's a lot of memes out there. There's a lot of comedy skits about, I left my 9 to 5 so I can work 24/7. Yet that is not cute. That is not healthy. And that is not productive. So I had to schedule my time to eat, right? I had my lunchtime. And during my lunchtime, I might want to go take a walk. Some people go work out. I do that too sometimes. You probably took a nap. Maybe it's a 2-hour lunchtime. And, people in European countries, they take a 2-hour lunchtime. Asian countries, they take a 2-hour lunchtime. I don't know why we don't do it here in America, but I took my 2-hour lunchtime, right? And sometimes that lunchtime is to eat and then take a nap, or eat and then maybe for you, relaxing is on social media, watching funny videos. I know that's my husband's way of decompressing. Sometimes that social media can be a trigger, so just be careful how you use it. But just make sure, one, if you have a designated lunchtime, don't schedule meetings during that time. That's a time for either you, or maybe if your kids are homeschooled or they're on break, have lunch with your kids. Watch a series with your kids, or something during that time. And then towards the end of your day, finish out the task that you have set to complete that day. The things that are not done, finish it out. But if you have a set time that you want to finish your day, guess what? Finish your day in that time. Whatever you couldn't complete today, it can go in the morning. It helps you organize yourself better. It helps you not to procrastinate. And it also helps you create boundaries between yourself and your job, because your business is your job. If you're working for someone else and the other person is paying you, you're going to set clear boundaries. So learn to set clear boundaries with yourself when it comes to your job, right? When it comes to your business, when it comes to entrepreneurship, it's really important. And then in the evening, one of my favorite things to do in the evening is to take a shower and just clean out the stress or whatever from that day, and just spend time with my kid, spend time with my husband, spend time with myself, right? Drink some tea, read a book, watch my whatever, catch up on whatever episodes I need to catch up on, watch a movie. But I had to learn this. Now, this has not been something I've been doing for years. I'll be very honest with you. I had to learn it. I had to learn it because my body told me I needed to change. My body, my mind told me that it was time for a change. It was time to refocus on whatever I was doing. And whatever I was doing before wasn't working. So I had to find a new way for it to work. Another thing I started to do was I incorporated a lot of vitamins, right? So I incorporated ashwagandha gummy vitamins. That's helps with relaxing you, unwinding you. I also incorporated 5-HTP. I got it from Amazon. I'll put the link in the description. But I incorporated that into my routine because, oh my God, it's a boost of serotonin that you don't think you need, but the older we get, we lose it. And sometimes, like, you don't recognize that you need it because our body gets depleted of things. And I didn't want to be dependent on prescription pills or anything like that. So 5-HTP, it's amazing. It's like my holy grail. That and the ashwagandha vitamins. And in the beginning, I couldn't sleep, right? Because you imagine, we all have like 50 million ideas in our head. We are thinking that we need to get it out. We need to do this. So business keeps us up at night. So I started to incorporate some sleep vitamins, sleep gummies, into my routine. And I used it for the first few weeks just to help me like set an actual sleep time. So that sleep time was maybe 12 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock. In the beginning, it was like 12. But then as I moved forward, I was like, you know what? Let me push it to 10. And now when it's like 10 o'clock, my body is tired. I don't want to watch TV. I don't even want to be on a phone with anyone. I just want to relax. Like, my friends will call me because they're so used to me being on the phone and working late at night that they'll call me and they're surprised. Like, are you sleeping? Yes. I'm going to bed. Is it an emergency? No. Okay. Good night. We'll talk tomorrow. And once I got my body, like, I started to take and I work out like 3 times a week and all those different things. And it might not be an intense workout. It might just be like, I need vitamin D. So I go walk in the sun. Or I just need to, I need me time. So I put my headphones in and I go to the gym, things like that. Those little changes help me so much because then the next day I'm able to knock tasks out of my list because I'm well rested. I'm in a better mood. I can actually focus on business and my mental health is not being compromised because of my business, right? So that is something I wanted to talk on. Now, I'm sorry I was on my phone, but I tried to get this whole ring light tripod thing to set up. Yeah, we'll get there. It's my first video. But every time I recorded it, the camera went off. Maybe it was me. Maybe I wasn't doing something right. But y'all gonna get this front camera. And I just needed to get out what I needed to get out because I've been trying to get it out for a while. And I did my makeup. I don't do my makeup often. And I was like, I'm not doing this video another day because I did my makeup. I'm sorry. Like, my pores don't get suffocated every single day for no reason. So here we are. But I will be posting more videos. I am very passionate about Black women and mental health. Women in mental health, you could be a new business owner. You could be thinking about starting an entrepreneurship journey. You could be a single mother. that has a lot of things riding on this. You could have used your whole savings account to start your business. Focus on your mental health as much as you're focusing on your business, because that is equally as important. You cannot pour from an empty cup while you are focusing on your business. Do not let social media fool you into thinking that people just get over those times that they went through those hardships, or people get over all those different things. And you know what though, it could apply to business, but it could also apply to just daily life, stress at work, stress at family, you know, all these different things. I was a single mother for a very long time, so I understand that when you put yourself out there and risk it all for your business, for your family, for whatever, it becomes stressful, right? And you think there's no way out. There is a way out, and you're not the only one that's experiencing this, right? We've been told so long that we are strong Black women. We will be okay. And especially if you're a single mother, or especially if you're the breadwinner of your family, or especially if you're the one that everybody's relying on, or you're the smart one. So when you slip up, or when you go through these moments of vulnerability and weakness, we don't think that other people has experienced it before, and we don't even have our network to go to, because they're all looking at us like we're the strong ones, right? But I'm here to tell you that sometimes prioritizing yourself is as strong as being the strong one to other people. So yeah, if you guys comment below, please, and I'll also put a link in my description with all the vitamins and stuff that I take. All right, bye.